And hello there, everybody. It's me, Hugh Riley, on the Liquid Lunch Show, and I got Dee and Anise somewhere in cottage country. Dee, let's take a look at you, Dee. Let's hear your voice. What's going on?
How's it going there?
It's going great. It's so amazing that we're able to do this. This is the first time we've done this with you live on the Skype, and it's just totally awesome.
It is so great. It's a beautiful day, and I just can't wait to do the show.
Well, we're doing it right now. You don't have to wait anymore, Dee, because we've made some serious technological breakthroughs here today, and we're very happy to have Honee Haye here. Honey,
yes.
Great to have you here on the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So now there's a lot to talk about. We got some videos from you. We've got some MP3s that Dee sent to me, and but let's get to know you a little bit, because I understand you're originally from Ottawa?
Yes, Ottawa, Ontario, and currently now I live in Toronto, and I've just been basically my whole entire life I've just been singing and dancing, and I've been in the music industry, in the entertainment business, so that's what I'm about to talk about today.
Okay. What high school did you go to?
I went to Immaculata High School in Ottawa.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know any in Ottawa?
Is it near Nepean?
No, that's like
Are you on
not
the other
even.
side?
I'm like, well, Immaculata is kind of like downtown central almost.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a better place to be.
Yeah.
Town, right?
Have you been to Ottawa, Hugh?
Yeah, I've been to Ottawa a few times. Yeah.
You love it?
How do you like it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of a quiet town,
yeah, it is.
Though.
It's mellow.
Like, how does it? I mean, coming from Ottawa, coming to Toronto, like, how did that feel?
Well, I'm totally opposite of Ottawa. I'm not mellow and laid back and quiet. I'm an outgoing person, so Toronto is perfect for me, for my lifestyle and what I like to do. Yeah.
Now, is Toronto going to be enough for you, or are you going to have to, do something like go to New York or LA or some bigger place?
I might have to travel and stay there, while I'm working, but Toronto's pretty much home for me.
Yeah.
And I represent Toronto, so
yeah, that's awesome.
I can't just disappear on them,
Okay. So, now, Dee, come on, you're here anytime. Just
I'm not used to being in the little window there. I'm just getting used to it. So, yeah, I love it, though. I want to talk to Honey about all the things she's doing. This girl's working with Drake producers. She is going to be all over magazines this summer. Her music is, it's really good. You get a lot of music sent to you, and sometimes it's just okay. You don't want to hurt feelings, but this music is really good. I really love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that sounds like, when you say that, Dee, it's like I almost want to hear something.
I know.
Right off the top, just to, like you say, it's so good. Why don't we hear something? We come back and talk about it.
I would love that. I actually would love you to hear, Hugh, and the world. Take Me Home. It's so deep. It's not what you think. You got to really listen and feel it, and then let me know what you think about it after we hear it. So maybe Honey can just set it up a little bit, and we'll take a listen.
All right. This is Honee Haye, and now playing Take Me Home. Sometimes I'm all alone in this place called home. Close my eyes, picture this. That's my heart's many kisses. Pretty skies, no more gray clouds. I can say what I want, and they'll love me when you're down. Ooh, la la la. So I'm hungry, but now can you feed me? Wait, but how? It's so cold, it's too hot. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Take me home, I won't cry.
So that actually sounded really awesome.
Thank you.
And Dee, I don't know if you know this. I mean, we were talking with Honey while the song was on, and I know you could just hear the song, but I mean, it's an incredible story how that song actually happened. Because I was asking you, you know, how did you record it and all that stuff, and maybe you can just tell the story of how that song came together.
Well, I was on YouTube and I was looking for the golden instrumental by Jill Scott, and I came across that instrumental, which was actually, I guess, whoever made the song kind of like just did a different version of Golden by Jill Scott, and I took the song and I converted it to an MP3, and I just kind of wrote my own story to it and came up with a total different feel to it, and I just recorded in the studio.
Wow.
And
I love
that's what
it.
I did.
Did you hear that kind of feeling when you heard the instrumental? Did you know it was going to be like street life and
Yeah, I
things like
did.
that?
Because this song's very, like, it's very personal. So I knew I had to write something that was very deep. And that's actually kind of how I write most of my music. Like, I go based, if I'm writing, you know, based off of the instrumental or the beat that I get, I usually go by how I feel or what kind of vibe the music gives me. Because if I write something that complements that, then it will just, it's like, you know, it just matches up perfectly to whatever I'm about to do with the song.
It's a great vibe.
Thank you, thank you.
So now we've got 5 songs here. Were they all kind of written the same way with?
Actually,
you know,
no, they're all very different from each other.
So maybe we can talk about them one at a time, and then you can tell us the process.
Okay.
But before we get into that, I mean, that song's not even released, right?
No.
And is anything released? Have you released?
Whatever's
anything officially?
been released is just pretty much like whatever's on my YouTube, you know. And most of what I've put out on YouTube is what I perform, and I do some covers as well. And I have done a couple sneak previews of my single in the performances.
Oh, in performing it.
Yeah,
okay.
Performing it.
And that single's called Feels
Good.
Good.
That's
and
it.
And you're finished the recording of that.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
It's done, ready to go.
All right. And when?
You know what?
What?
I'm butting in from my little window.
That's okay.
I wanted to know if we could hear or see her performance at 6 Degrees and have a little sneak peek.
Oh yeah.
Is that one of the ones we lined up?
That's actually one of the ones where you hear me do it.
Okay, let's see. Which one's the 60? Oh, there it is. Okay, you want to do that? Okay, Dee.
All
Your
right.
wish is our command.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna play. This is at 6 Degrees Lounge, right?
Yeah.
Where's that? Young
All
and
right.
Egg?
It's is it?
Something like
I
that.
think it's Young and Eglinton. Yeah, Young and Eglinton.
Okay, so great. Let's check this out, and we're gonna come back with Honey right after this.
Baby boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stake. Baby boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a state of mind. When we were one, we didn't value all the love we had. Hurting each other, it's so obvious it wouldn't last. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh, yeah.
Get it done, G-Pack is in the building.
If you try to fuck with me, I go mine. Got the best of both worlds from opium blood. I'm so sexy, like I'll take your man. Sit down, when I get in my riding like a piggyback. And I be taking this money, popping the strings attached. If I want it, then I'm on it, bitch, fall back.
chilling, doing our thing. Shout out to Get It Done. Shout out to G Factory. Shout out to my cousin Bets who came out with the big support. But let's get on this movement. Hollywood 2013, I see ya.
Honee Haye was just fresh off stage, absolutely rocked the mic. First of all, talk about the performance today.
The performance, it was very entertaining, lots of dancing, and very tiring, both physically and vocally, but I had fun. Well, the Army thing, we based it off of the beginning of the song. It was very military, thanks to the dancers.
That video's out there on YouTube, right? That headlines had 18,000 views, right? So talk about that.
Well, what I did was I had my I'm On one, which was the remix I did by Drake, and I posted it to his wall, and he actually reposted it. And then he did the same thing with headlines. So when he did that, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody look, Drake put it on. People were vibing it, and people told other people, and then they kept checking, and the views went up.
Popping,
Yeah, they're feeling it. They're feeling it.
And the makeup. Talk about the makeup.
The makeup, I have to give a big shout out to Giselle. I'm wearing mass makeup. Matherson's Academy Salon and Spa. It's located 1270 Finch Avenue West. So I'm wearing their makeup, and I just want to shout out them for making me look so beautiful. Well, I backup dance for celebrity impersonators. So we have a show out in Hong Kong. So I basically just dance on the side.
It's crazy. And also, as I seen, 40 produced one of your tracks, right? Yeah. So 40, you guys know Drake's producer. That's crazy. Talk about 40. How you got on your tracks?
Well, I was in the remix project, and I was in the second round in 2007, and he was the engineer in the media arts program, and I was fortunate enough to work with him, and he ended up mixing some of my songs and producing Stalemate.
Talk about the impact of your management team, right? So you have Jay, a very good producer out there who's been helping you out. Talk about the impact of the management.
They've been just with me, honest, modest, hardworking from day one.
I thought the performance was on the money. The dancing was high, energetic. The crowd was definitely into it. A big shock to a lot of the people in the audience. Great talent such as Honee Haye. That's one of the things Toronto's known for, sparking talent just right from the underground. And
Honey threw it down like always. She's an amazing performer, and she always gives it 100%. And that's one of her strong points, is her work ethic and her professionalism. And it was brilliant, like always.
The sky is the limit, so just look out for me in general, because I'm all over the place.
Look out for her. She's all over the place indeed. So it's an honor to interview Honee Haye today. Thank you so much. Really
You know, the management team of Honee Haye, everybody that's been doing this, Get It Done, G Factory, I respect y'all. Shout out to Bets, Wiz, Big, I see you guys. I love you guys. You know it is. Stay tuned.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, boy, I got some questions after seeing that.
I know, me too.
What are your questions, Dee?
You first,
Okay.
Houston.
Well, he mentioned you were doing backup dancing, and that you went to Hong Kong, and that's interesting. So, for what celebrity impersonators like?
Yeah, I basically I backup dance for like celebrity lookalikes. So there's Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, and then I sometimes do Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber. So I work for a booking agency, and we travel all over Canada and sometimes overseas, and we entertain.
You know, Dee's
son is friends of.
Your son is friends of Justin Bieber. I just wanted to say there,
Well,
Dee.
he does know him, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big.
On the low.
So, Dee, what were you going to say there? Did you have a question?
I wanted to ask, like, dancing for celebrities, like, do they actually look like the people? Because sometimes they pretend they're an impersonator, and I don't think they look like them at all. Do these people honestly look like who they say?
I mean, some of them do. The Rihanna that I dance for, when she dresses up, she looks exactly like her. And,
really?
And the lady that does Katy Perry, she can actually, she does Katy Perry and Lady Gaga, so it's one person that does both. She's like,
oh, wow.
She can actually sing, like, she doesn't, and they don't lip sing either. They actually sing live.
They're really singing like who they kind of look like.
Yeah, exactly. So
Do
it's-
people think it's them? Like, do they actually play it out when they're going to the mall? They actually are absorbed in this, thinking that they're
a lot
this
of
other-
you know what, a lot of our shows are mostly corporate gigs and for
Nice.
like kids. So the kids, regardless, they're just like, oh my gosh, they love it anyways.
Yeah.
I think they really know it's not, but I think just the fact that, you know, they're so close to the look-alike, you know, they just go crazy. And the
Wow.
corporate gigs, you know, it's older people, so they know it's not the real deal. But it's just
That's so
the
fun.
entertainment that's more the wow factor for them.
You'll have to bring Hugh and I, because Hugh is a look-alike.
I am.
You,
Who do
you're
I look
Sergeant
like?
Pepper. We gotta do a
Oh
close.
yeah. I have a special outfit.
Oh.
Now, Sean mentioned that you're going to Japan as well.
Yes, I have a
Right.
gig booked
Oh,
out.
nice.
Now, are you going as is it an impersonator gig, or are you
No,
going
I'm
as
going
Honey?
as a backup dancer for an impersonator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That
Okay.
is so
When are you gonna
fun.
go as Honey?
As you know what, as soon as my single gets released,
Yeah.
like I'm just waiting for that. You know, I'm so hungry to get out there. So as soon as my single releases, there's gonna be so much more opportunities, and I'll be traveling like no one's business. So it's just I'm just waiting for, you know, that
Okay.
to be out there. And
And when's that gonna happen again? Did we mention that?
it's gonna be for sure sometime this summer. I don't have an exact date yet.
How come it's so nebulous? It's already ready to go, right?
You know, because there's so much things that you have to consider when releasing a song, you know, especially being a first time artist, you know,
Yeah.
coming out there. You got the marketing that you got to take care of, and the buzz, you know, making sure that everything goes as planned, and you know, basically doing whatever is necessary to kind of prep me beforehand, you
Yeah.
know, so people do see what I'm doing.
So who's doing all that? Who's planning all that?
It's mainly my management and
Yeah.
the label, Fontana North,
Right.
the distribution company. They're taking care of all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go on tour, do you have
You know, I do have a couple shows this summer.
yeah.
You know, besides the whole release date thing, and I got, you know, there's Manifesto coming up. There's Culture Shock. There's 106 in New York. There's Caravana,
nice.
Jambana, and all like the Harborfront festivals this summer. So I'll be on a lot of those.
There's Irie Fest too. You got to send an email. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
And what was I going to say? Your magazines. You've got magazine photo shoots this summer as well. So
Yeah.
maybe we can talk about that.
I've done one photo shoot already for Spot the Talent magazine, so I'll be featured in that. And there's also Boss magazine and Sway magazine, and I'm sure my management has a lot more on board that I just don't know about. I just gotta make sure I get some outfits and look cute, and then take the pictures and, you know, get those out there. But yeah, that's mainly for the magazines, just to kind of do, you know, that pre-marketing thing before I get out there, and, you know, let the people know what Honee Haye's all about, or who is Honee Haye and stuff like that. So
So do you know what's going to be happening in terms of the tour or a schedule of appearances after the single's released? Like, are you going to be going across Canada, across North America, around
yeah, I'm
the world?
probably going to be doing across like a nationwide tour first, you know, because Canada is home, and I got to make sure I get a buzz in my own country, you know, before anything else.
Yeah.
And, you know, who knows? I might even, you know, things might just go great, and, you know, Europe might want to book me and come out there and perform in the midst of that. So
What does that mean these days to, like, when you release it, are you just releasing the single, or are you putting out a whole CD, or what does that even mean anymore?
well, you know, the industry now is like a singles industry right now, you know, especially with, you know, the online buying and stuff like that. No one's really going to HMV and buying the CDs anymore,
I know.
unfortunately.
I'm not
so,
one of those
you know,
people
we're
either.
kind of like, when you're a new artist coming out there, you do have to do the singles thing first, unless until there's a demand for an
full-
album,
yeah.
you know, it wouldn't make sense financially and all that to
Right.
get an album out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is it? Are people actually buying singles, like on iTunes
Yeah,
or
you
whatever?
know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because there's no other way you can hear anybody's music if you're not buying their single, because there's nothing else, you know.
What
Unless
about
there's
YouTube?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
you know
gotta be
what?
on YouTube.
That's true. That's true. I think it depends on, you know, how much, you know, the person is liking your music.
Yeah.
I personally feel if I really like an artist, I'm gonna support them, and I'll spend the $2 or $5 or $10, $20 buy their album, and it just depends on which loyal fans are out there and who's willing to go that extent. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does make
That's-
sense.
that's
I
an
wanted
honorable
to,
point of view.
Hugh,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to know if we could listen to her cover. We were speaking about her impersonating artists that she does backup for, and I know she did a remix of Man Down, Rihanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could
I
do
did
that. Is that one of the songs you sent me, Dee?
I think it's one that we
a
pulled up.
YouTube.
Was it,
Oh,
Honey?
it's YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
YouTube.
Yeah.
All
It's a
right.
YouTube
Okay,
video.
I'm going to find that one right now. Which one? This one?
It's this one right there.
This one? That one?
Yeah, that
Man
one.
Down.
Okay. All right. So let's do this, and we'll come back with Honee Haye right after this.
As you can see, I'm doing a cover called Man Down by Rihanna. Hope you like it. And the Haitians say, stop touching. I didn't mean it, and it's like I know it wasn't right. I can't even sleep at night, can get it off my mind. I need to get out of sight, but I end up behind bars. Yeah. What started out as a simple altercation turned into a real sticky situation. Me just thinking of the time that I'm facing makes me wanna cry. Yeah, 'cause I didn't hurt him. Could have been somebody's son, and that took his heart when I pulled out that gun. Rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man down, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man, oh mama, I just shot a man down in Central Station in front of a big old crowd. Oh, mama, I just shot a man down in Central Station.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was well, very interesting. It kind of reminds me of the process that you were talking about. How you
Right.
did that first song that we heard.
Mhm.
Because you're just kind of singing to a YouTube.
Yeah.
Was it a YouTube? Or?
Yeah, it was YouTube. I just I recorded myself singing live with the instrumental playing in the background with like a webcam, or I think it was my digital camera, and then I just put it on YouTube. And that's kind of like how you get your views up on YouTube, and you promote yourself through Twitter, Facebook, and ask people to check it out.
Yeah.
And then you create a fan base that way.
Right. So now you got a fan base, right? Because they mentioned in the other video you had something like 18,000 hits on
Yeah, I
one of
had.
your YouTube
Oh my
videos.
gosh, that one was crazy. I was watching it every week, and but at least I think it was like every week it'd go up by 1,000 views. And
Nice.
it was my Headlines remix that I did by Drake.
And he tweeted that, right?
Pardon?
Didn't Drake tweet that song that you did?
Yeah, he didn't tweet it actually. I put it on his Facebook, and he
Okay.
no, sorry, I messaged him. I inboxed him on his Facebook, and then he put it on his wall, and then I screenshot it just for proof, so no one thinks
Oh,
that I'm
great.
lying. And I just kind of I put the picture up, and I just told everyone to watch it as well. Drake reposted it, and then my views went up that way.
That's good. At least he saw it, he liked it, he acknowledged it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what'll happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now with this single, you went into the recording studio, I presume?
Yep.
It was a different process than what you did for that first song we heard today.
Mhm.
Is this the first time you've been in the studio with a full production of a original?
No, I've been in the studio, my first time in a professional studio would have been in the Remix Project, like about 5 years ago in 2007. But I've been working with different producers for a while, so I already know what it's like to have, a beat on deck and recording. So, but for the Feels Good, that one was produced by T Nice, and I recorded at Diamond Factory Studios. Shout out to Sunny Diamonds. And I just, the beat was there. I I think I asked him. I was like, you know, T-Nice, I'm like, I need some music, man. I need to work on something. I need a single. You know, show me what you got. So he showed me about, I think it was 2 or 3 songs, and I wasn't really feeling 2 of them,
Like
but
these
one
are
of them.
just the beats.
These are
he's
just the
playing
beats, yeah.
For you, yeah.
And I heard one of them, and I went crazy, and I was like, he didn't even think it was all that. He was like, oh, that's old. And I was like, no, you have no idea what I'm going to do. And right then and there, I wrote the first verse and the hook within, I would say, like an hour and a half. I was in the studio in the music room, and I just wrote the first verse and the hook. And, you know, I recorded it, and then he just went crazy. He's like, man, honey, this is a hit. And I was like, oh, wait till I finish it. And that's basically how it got. That's how it started. And I just kind of held it back. I didn't put it out there right away, because I wrote the song about summer of 2010. Feels good. So I finally completed it, and I just,
All right.
it's
so,
finally going to get out there.
I mean, it's hard to, there's so many people in the music business.
Yeah.
Or so many people trying to be in the music business
Yeah.
anyway, right?
Yeah.
Trying to have that hit song.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of stuff from great Toronto artists, and, and I go, and I think I know what a hit is too. I go, that's a hit.
Right.
Or that's a hit.
Right.
I've heard a lot of great songs, and yet they never get on the radio, right?
Right.
'Cause
Why
it seems
is that?
well, there's so
Yeah.
much music is one thing, but honey, I wonder, like, what is it exactly that's gonna take a song that sounds like a hit, that sounds really good,
Yeah.
and make it a hit?
I think it's you just have to have a plan, if you're, I mean, there's been times where, people just end up very lucky, and they're not really doing anything, and they just have one good song, and they get out there and they just, bloom. But I think when you have a plan, and you know what you're doing, and you go to the right people, and they believe in you, and they know that, you're not just a one-hit wonder, and, you can make money and, bloom as a star, then I think then that's where, the whole team gets involved, and they really make it happen.
So you've got a good team on your
Oh, yes, I got a
side.
great team.
Yeah, and you got Sean here as part of that team for sure.
Yep.
But how did this team come together? Because I don't know what your story is exactly. You came from Ottawa, you came to Toronto.
Yeah.
Did you start building your team then, or what's the story of how that happened?
Well, actually, I came to Toronto on my own, and I was dancing. I used to be in a dance group called Versatile back in Ottawa, and we used to do like shows and stuff. And I came down here dancing as well, because I knew one of my friends. Actually, he's one of my backup dancers now. His name is Kevin Cunningham, or Pooks, and he's CEO of School of Mayhem, which is a long generation of different dancers. And I did competitions like in Stump and those Tropicana and recreational Boys and Girls Club competitions and stuff. And I just kind of I was doing stuff on my own, and I just kind of said, I was putting all this time in dancing, and I was like, what I really want to do is sing. So I just kind of he introduced me to some producers and people that he knew. And I was on my own for a bit, just trying to do my own thing with getting on shows and stuff. And it was last year, January, I think it was, I did a tribute to Bob Marley at the City Hall with one of my friends, who's another artist, Stefan Hendricks. And that's when I met Sean and Jay, and they were like, honey, we like you. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And then, that's when they came about, with being my management, and then everything else everything else kind of played into part. I got my assistant, and then now we got a band on board.
A
And,
full band?
Is it
Really?
full? Yeah.
What,
I think we're just looking for a lead guitarist, right? Yeah. So if there's anybody out there, holler at me. Yeah, that's the only thing that we have: a keyboardist, a drummer, a bass player, and we're just looking for a lead guitarist. And
Wow.
And then
Then
we're
the sky's
complete.
the limit,
Yeah.
right?
Pardon?
Yeah, then the sky's the
Then
limit.
the
after
sky
you
is the
get-
limit. Yeah.
So what's it take to get the song on the radio?
Jeez. Again, it takes a company like Fontana North,
Yeah.
who is a distribution company, to basically, distribute our music. It does take a couple meetings, and you just gotta. I guess we have to just make sure that our song is commercial, and it will feed into that type of industry as far as getting it on the radio, because you can't put anything on the radio.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I was thinking, guys? That music summit might have the answer, because every interview we always wonder, like, well, how do we do it? Do we need a whole pile of music behind the singles so that radios will kind of bite into it?
Right.
So they know there's like a plan. Like once that single's a hit, they want to put your next one out, kind of like what Usher and those guys do.
Yeah.
But I think we have a lot of miscommunication here in Canada. So I think the music summit this weekend would be a great venture for all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And, you know,
I'm
I'm glad they have, you know, things like that out there where, you know, they give information sessions and workshops so that upcoming artists know what to do, whether they have a team or whether they're solo and they're just trying to do their thing. So I'm really glad we have that kind of access.
Absolutely. Now, I wanted to ask you, I don't know if we talked about this yet or not, you know, I lose track of stuff here, but this Urban Star?
Yes, Urban Star.
Yeah. What is that?
That is, it's a talent competition,
Yeah.
you know, similar to Canadian Idol and Canada's Got Talent and all those kind of competitions. And it's mainly, you know, for urban music, you know, such as pop, hip hop, rap, gospel, pretty much anybody that in any genre can audition for it. And their first pilot, actually I think it was their second project going nationwide. So I auditioned for Urban Star last summer, and I end up competing with, you know, people all over Canada, and I won the competition. So
wow, congratulations!
Thank you, thank you. It was really challenging for me, I must say, because I've auditioned, you know, I've been performing for so long, and I've auditioned for Canadian Idol and stuff, and you know, Urban Star was the furthest that I've gone, you know, in any competition as far as being televised, and it was really challenging for me. I was sick the whole competition.
Oh no!
Like what? A
like
cold or something, or
cold, like bad.
Yeah.
Sinus congestion. You know, I was hurting my chest when I was coughing. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was like a eucalyptus kind of spa in my hotel room. It's crazy.
Right. Well, you know, sometimes you hear about people who they become big stars, and you hear that they you know, they tried out for a competition, they didn't make it, or you hear about great authors who got turned down by the publisher.
Exactly.
Look at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was
If
that
she
turned
only
down?
had have known.
I don't know about the Lord of the Rings, Sir D, but
We're like,
I don't know. But you know, to actually win so those people at Urban Star obviously must know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that they know what they're looking for. So, you know, that was good for me, because that really actually put me on a different pedestal as far as, you know, getting out there. I'm that much closer. So.
Okay.
Did you meet a lot of people there?
Yeah, I
Like,
did. I met,
networking
oh my
and-
gosh, everyone there was so, it didn't even feel like I was competing against the other contestants. Everyone was so, you know, we were all helping each other out. Like, I remember
Oh,
the
that's
top,
good.
one of the top 3 contestants, he's actually a vocal trainer, and he was actually helping me, you know, with certain techniques and stuff. And, you know, it was like family.
That's great when it's like that,
Yeah,
instead
it
of
is,
like a
it
cat
is.
fight.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, why don't we don't have too much time left, but we
I
still
know, it
have
goes
some
so
time left.
fast.
But we still have a lot of the music and the videos that we haven't played.
Yeah.
Do you want to play something else? What do you guys
Sure,
want to do now?
I think what do we have left? I think we have the Headlines remix left.
Is that the video?
Yeah,
or
there's
the,
a video.
Yeah.
You have both the MP3
Okay.
and the video, so I guess.
Well, why don't we watch the video then?
Okay.
Okay, so
No problem.
makes work for me. Okay, which one is this?
It is.
The Drake one or the this one? No.
Actually, go back.
Yeah, we did that
Yeah,
one
it's that
already.
one.
This one
This
here. Okay, let's check this out. It's only a minute long though, but we'll check it out, and we're gonna come back with Honee Haye right after this.
They know, yeah, They call me half diva, half tomboy, cause sometimes I get pretty rough, you know? Honey, hey, 5 to the 1 supporting me, 4 I don't know. Fuck a third track, I said deuce to my ex. Shout out to the haters for the blah, 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 and ray, I didn't you ain't worth it. I rap my city, what a jersey, you a headliner. I'm shooting bullets, I'm so full of it, no starving, yeah. I sing it raw with nothing under, bareback commando. Put your fingers up and point it for Toronto. Knees to the ground, you're out of luck. Begging like I give a fuck. I'm running. Why you chasing? Your time is up, nigga. like a waiter. I'm on it tonight, yeah, 'cause they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know, yeah. That the real is on the rise. It's about time. I'ma leave these haters 'cause I'm up on cloud nine, 'cause they know. They know, they know, they know.
All right, we're back.
Yes, we're back, Dee.
We are back.
You
Oh my
are.
god, I gotta tell you. Okay, you guys, you should have stopped me during the break. I was like, oh shoot, it was Harry Potter, not Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter, the Lord of the Rings, same thing.
It's all this fresh Georgian Bay air. I'm just so relaxed. I'm too relaxed.
Just stop breathing so hard, Dee.
Oh.
Okay, so now what? Oh, we all we talked about was what the next song is we're
I
gonna
know.
play, honey. What?
I know. So I guess we're gonna talk about the next song, or
Not yet.
not yet?
Well,
Okay.
but
So what's left?
What's happening? So now that you've got the single ready to go,
Yeah.
and all you got to do is plan. But what about the next? Have you started thinking about the next single or the
Oh
next
yeah, I have the
recording
next
project?
single like ready too. It's ready.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
It's all done.
It's done.
Should we even say what it's called?
It's called
suspense.
Time Is Now, and it's produced by Major Music Productions. Product,
Yeah.
shout out Product and Witten, and oh my gosh, they're so talented. So, I just want to shout them out. But yeah, it's on board. Remember I was telling you I just kept stacking up on songs, so I got a good playlist of songs that are just
Ready to go.
ready to go.
So, like, how many songs do you have that you've been in the studio, you've recorded them, they're ready to be released one way or another?
Well, there's some that aren't finished, but in total, there's probably about 15 to 20
Nice.
songs.
So
that
that's
are
enough.
just-
That's enough for a
Yep.
CD for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Ready.
Get ready.
That's what I do
I
in
like
the winter time. I
AT&T.
hibernate and I write, and then summer I just bloom like a
You
flower.
are ready. Woo!
Okay. Well, we got a couple. We're really looking forward to that. And then what? Okay. So if Feels Good comes out in the summer,
Right.
like, when could people expect Time Is Now to come out?
Time is not, depending on when Feels Good comes out. I want it to come out like today, like yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it takes time. So hopefully, I would really like the second single to come out by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That'd
it
be
has
awesome.
it's
a good
it's-
follow up
Yeah,
to the first
exactly.
one, right? Make
And
a
that
big-
song's like it's pop and it's very uplifting and positive, and I think everyone will like it.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, I got a question, because a lot of times some people say they're critical of the music industry,
Yeah.
whether it's the hip hop side or whether it's people like Lady Gaga, Katy Perry,
Right.
that that they got to put out some sort of a negative message to whether it's a gangster rap or whether it's like
I don't really. My opinion is sometimes, I might have a song that I put out that
Yeah.
might not necessarily be a positive message. It
Yeah.
might be a negative story, but it's the story that I think people will appreciate because they can relate to it.
yeah
And I think that's a better way of going about it.
to be honest, first of
Exactly.
all, right?
Because I might talk about something that's, something that happened in my life that was negative, and I'm just telling the story. Just like there's
Right.
sad movies out there. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a story. And that's what music should be, a story.
Okay. All right. So we got hopefully 2 singles to look forward to
Yes.
this summer.
summer.
Why don't we play one more track, and then we'll come
Okay.
back and we'll kind of wrap things up. And you wanted to play So Emotional,
Yeah,
right?
So Emotional.
Do you
This
want to just
one,
tell the
love that
story
one.
of this?
yeah, So Emotional. That song is it's for the ladies, and that song is it's pretty self-explanatory. It's I was in a relationship and the guy chose another girl over me, so I'm like so emotional.
What?
I know. How
What?
dare you? So this is more like a ladies anthem. So the song is called So Emotional,
All right.
and Honee Haye.
Okay. Let's check it out. We'll come back right after this.
From the first time I saw you, boy, I couldn't get my eyes off you, boy. I just wanted to get to know you, try to get close and personal with you. But by the way you looked at me, I could tell when I walked by confused, feeling this precious smell. Then I approached you, gave my number, and then we talked like it was a plan. But lately I've been noticing you show no love, got me thinking something's up. Baby, you ain't focusing. You call me number one, but I feel like runner-up. So emotional, thinking that you would be with me, but you chose her. So emotional, but she can't love you like I love you. And baby, it hurts. So emotional. I wanna be in your life. So emotional. I'm so emotional. From the second time I saw you, boy, I felt like I could see the distance in your eyes, boy. You never took the chance to get to know me. Now I understand why I'm so lonely. Just me wishing that you would call, but now the last year falls. And when I saw you, can't tell me you're friends, 'cause friends don't fucking hold hands. But lately I've been noticing you show no love, got me thinking something's up. Baby, you ain't focusing. You call me number one, but I feel like runner-up. So emotional, thinking that you would be with me, but you chose her. So emotional, but she can't love you like I love you. And baby, it hurts. So emotional. I wanna be in your life. So emotional. I'm so emotional. I've been patiently waiting, I've been patiently waiting, and you wouldn't never know, 'cause your eyes were closed. That now my love belongs to your best friend. So emotional, thinking that you would be with me, but you chose her. So emotional, but she can't love you like I love you. And baby, it hurts. So emotional, I wanna be in your life. So emotional, I'm so emotional. I'm so emotional. From the first time I saw you, boy, I couldn't.
Okay, we're back here on the show. You know, it's so sad, honey, that all we can do is
That he
play
did
these
that to me.
other songs. Well, that too. But it's just so sad that we're talking about the single, but we can't hear it.
I know.
And
It's just, I like the suspense. I like to keep you guys
yeah.
Can I
waiting.
get a snippet, a little like 30 seconds?
Well, Sean, no, she's gonna play it after for us privately, D.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Don't tell nobody. Oh, did I say that live? I'm
What?
just kidding.
yeah. So, but Sean was just saying you had some big heavy hitters involved in
Oh yeah, I got some
production,
big,
right?
some big guys on board. Yeah, the song Feels Good, my single. It was mixed and mastered by Seth Forkins, who's like a Grammy-nominated producer and engineer, and he's worked with people like T.I., Jay-Z, Lil Wayne. So, you know, I was blessed to have him on board. And same thing with T Nice. He's gonna be placed. He's probably gonna be like the next big producer here.
In
aside
Toronto?
Aside from like T Minus and
Yeah.
Boy Wonder and
Boy
40,
Wonder, yeah.
he's I would say he's got next. He's gonna be placing some songs on billboards.
So what's what's the story with Toronto and the music scene in Toronto? We saw in the other video that Toronto's known for great talent coming from Toronto, but
Right.
is it and we know there's great talent here, but does it really break through? Does it break through on a global level?
I think at this moment, like right now,
Yeah.
after Justin Bieber, Melanie Fiona, Drake, after they kind of raise the bar, there's a lot of labels and A&Rs looking here. So Toronto has a lot of heat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really good for any upcoming artist that wants to blow.
Mm-hmm.
They're really looking at Toronto like we got a lot of talent and we got some swag and all that kind of stuff.
For
Now,
sure.
have you been down to places like Atlanta or
I haven't.
LA or any of those?
We were talking, when was it? Yeah, we got an invitation last week to go to, was it LA? Yeah, it was Hollywood. Right, A&R Select, to get some stuff with getting my music on some not videos. Right, University College and
that sounds like a good opportunity.
movies and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah.
Plus a fun trip.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been there.
Yeah.
Lots of sun, even more.
Yeah.
Can't
Okay.
get enough.
All right. Listen, we're down to the last couple of minutes here. Dee, I don't know. Dee, do you have any more questions or?
It's gone so fast. I mean, Honey is amazing. We're going to see big things from her all over the place. She's got a lot of shows, the new music, the music that is new to some people already that we played today. So, I mean, you're just going to see a lot of her, and I can't wait.
Aww.
Okay. And is there any shows to announce? Like any dates that you can give people in Toronto or anywhere else that they can?
Yeah.
It's on my phone.
Okay. This is
Gotta go
real,
in my
people.
calendar.
Look, she's checking her phone.
I gotta go in my phone and look, because I have like short-term memory loss sometimes.
You too?
Yeah. Some people. I have a friend that calls me Dory from Finding Nemo, because I'm like, what?
Oh
What's
my
it?
God.
It's
At least you're
funny.
not like Towley.
Okay, so I think
It's got to be in
see.
there.
when is the 106 in New York show? Is that
in
June?
New York?
106 in York. It's kind of like
In
a,
Getting
York.
the trick in there.
I think it's.
That's
in-
York
was it-
University,
Is
right?
it June?
Yeah.
June 28th. No, here I got it. June 28th.
June 28th.
Yeah.
That's York University, is it? Or
No, 106 in York and
in
Culture
where?
Shock. It's called 106 in York. It's like it's just a show with a
But-
bunch of talent,
But where is it? In Toronto?
Yeah, it's in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what location they have. They had it in the West at some high school in the auditorium before.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it is this year, but
Well, do you put all this kind of information on your website or on any blogs or
yeah, I
anything like
put it
that?
on my YouTube, on my Facebook, on my Twitter, Reverb Nation, and you can find all of that at Honee Haye. So if you just type in HONEE HAYE, Honee Haye, then you'll find everything. So youtube.com, Honee Haye, myspace.com/Honee Haye, at Honee Haye for Twitter, Facebook, Honee Haye, Reverb Nation, Honee Haye. Everything's Honee Haye. You could Google Honee Haye and get all of that.
Do you have a website?
No, not yet. Working on it.
Who needs a website with all
Everybody.
this social media
I know,
stuff,
right? Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, great
Thank
to
you.
meet you, and sounds like things are just starting up for you. So,
yes, it is.
congratulations.
Thank you for having
and,
me. Thanks, Dee.
and,
You're welcome.
and we look forward
Big
to.
things. Big,
Big
things.
things.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, we can't play the single or any of the singles that you got coming out this summer. But we got one more track we're gonna play for people today.
Yeah, we
as
got
go out.
Stalemate on board. This was produced by Noah 40 Shabib, who's Drake's executive producer. So we got Stalemate, and check it out. It's dope.
Okay. All right, Honee Haye.
All right.
Great to do this today. Check
Thank
out
you.
Honee Haye on all those websites. And Dee, great to do this today. We actually did
So
it. We
great.
broke through. We did the concept,
We
right?
did it. Yes. we're going to get better and better every time. Yes.
Okay, cool. So here's Stalemate, Honee Haye, and that's it for Liquid Lunch today. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow at noon for more Liquid Lunch right here on ThatChannel.com.
Thanks, guys.
Baby,
Baby boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stay. Baby boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stalemate. When we were one, we didn't value all the love we had. Hurting each other, it's so obvious it wouldn't last. Nothing to work out, there's no passion anymore. I don't know what I was fighting for. I just can't turn my back on you. 'Cause my love for you is true. But there is nothing left to do. 'Cause now our time's up, I'm through. Boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stay. Baby, it's way too late. I said it's way too late to negotiate. No, 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 it's over, no more moves to make. Now I'm done with you. 'Cause this love is a stalemate. Baby boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stay. Baby boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stalemate. When we were one, we didn't value all the love we had. Hurting each other, it's so obvious it wouldn't last. Nothing to work out, there's no passion anymore. I don't know what I was fighting for. I just can't turn my back on you. 'Cause my love for you is true. But there is nothing left to do. 'Cause now our time's up, I'm through. Boy, it's way too late. Nothing to negotiate. It's over, no more moves to make. 'Cause this love is a stay. Baby, it's way too late. I said it's way too late to negotiate. No, 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 it's over, no more moves to make. Now I'm done with you. 'Cause this love is a stalemate. Baby boy, it's way too late.
Honee Haye is on the remix. One-eyed, but yeah. If you try to fuck with me, I go mad. Got the best of both worlds from opium blood. I'm so sexy, like I'll take your man. Sit down, wanna get in my ride like a piggyback. And I be taking this money, popping the strings attached. If I want it, then I'm on it, bitch, fall back. Bitch, fall back. You know what I got, and boy, you need it. So fall in love, or I'ma break your feelings. I'ma have you like, ow, ow, ow. And baby, you gon' lose control. Oh, oh.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, I'm not coming through the show, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So what if, what if that audio was heard during some of her songs?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh,
Just turn it up
okay,
now.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so during her songs, you don't hear me.
No.
Okay, awesome.
You're messing with your mic.
Who?
You.
No, why? Does it sound weird? Oh, I was touching my headphones. Yes, I was. I'm sorry.
Don't touch your headphones.
Hugh, I thought, you know what? I don't know what your day's like, but we should do like a little spin-off if you have time today, and we'll just have fun and talk about this crop circles.
Oh, so that's today.
I know, but I'm so interested in all that stuff.
Well, we could do that. We could just kind of like, and you could bring Honey in on it. Honey. This is like the really unofficial. Texting. This is
Phone's like a hotline.
really? Why? Will people watch the show?
No, it's just like because I'm supposed to. I was asked to sing at a charity show this evening, like last minute, so I'm just trying to like get back to everybody.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, let's pull the music down, and we're just gonna. This is the informal part of the show now, right?
Okay.
And if you can, you could switch. You know, do the D. Why do you want to talk?
Yes.
She wants to talk about crop circles. Because
Talk about
she watched Liquid Lunch yesterday. We were talking about crop circles, right?
It's so interesting.
I don't know what talk about what
Crop circles?
crop. What is that?
You don't know about the crop circles?
Oh, Hugh, you gotta tell her.
You tell her.
There are these weird circles in the crops. And supposedly it's the Mayans sending messages, and it's just crazy. But Hugh did a show on it, and it's just so nuts, and it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Circles.
Yeah, I'm going to show her a picture, D. I'm going to show her a picture of the crop circles, okay?
Okay,
Actually, maybe we'll play a little video on the crop circles. How's that?
sounds good.
Oh my gosh. Crop circles.
Okay. Crop
Here we
circles.
go.
Okay, let's
Crop
just watch a little investigate. Okay, here's a 2-minute video on crop circles, okay, D? And this is
All
show
right.
the, you know, are we
Is it in
capturing
Italian?
We're capturing this all on
Alien
video,
made
right,
crop
James?
circles?
Okay, good. These are the crop circles.
England's rolling inland.
Oh no.
A picturesque backdrop to thousands
Is
of
it in
years of
English?
history. As recently as the
AT&T, may I
1970s,
help you?
a unique phenomenon has appeared here, captivating people from around the world. It put New Age romantics in a complete flap. Who or what produced these crop circles in the corn? The question on everyone's minds is, are these messages created by mere mortals, or is there an otherworldly explanation for their mysterious appearance?
I walked into the first crop circle in 1990, and I thought, I love puzzles. And what I did was said, right, I'm going to try and find out what this puzzle is all about. I think probably 95% of them are man-made, but there's one particularly here, just over on the hill, Milk Hill. It's so enormous that you can't even see the other side of the crop formation. The ground just bows away from you. You can see one circle in front of you, or maybe two if you're lucky. And this formation is enormous. It's almost 3/4 of a mile round. It takes a hell of a lot to do something like that, out of sight of anybody that would be helping you to make this.
Matthew, a crop circle maker, has brought us to a field that has been the site for numerous crop circle appearances, none of which he would lay claim to.
Well, if there are aliens out there doing it, they're using stomper boards and these little markers, because I mean there's things there like combing effects, which is people are going round and round and round the same area, flattening it down. That wouldn't be there with aliens, I'm sure. If they were doing it, they'd be using some sort of instantaneous technique that would be undeniable even to the likes of me. But I'm still waiting to see something that is completely mind-boggling. You've got people who are artists, designers, graphic designers. I mean, the teams challenge each other, you know, to see who can get the best designs, and that challenge to impress the public, to boggle the mind, to push the bounds of what can be done in an evening. That's the challenge.
And that should be proof of intelligent life here on Earth.
That's crazy.
I don't know. That's
Oh my gosh.
disinformation. I don't know. What were they saying? Were they saying that that it's possible for the farmers to make it, or I don't know, D.
I don't think so.
Do you guys believe in aliens?
I honestly, I don't know. I have good. I'm spiritual. I just try to, but I find it interesting, almost like a fiction book.
Right.
It's just so interesting that I like to know about it.
Yeah.
But I really don't know how to take it.
I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, me
about
neither.
the
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah, I'm,
you know
I'm
what?
like on that in the middle.
Well, and I'm not gonna go. Oh yeah, aliens. Like some people I know are going like, this is the year they're going to land this year.
Oh, jeez.
You guys hear
Haven't
about
they
the
already, Hugh?
the world, you know, supposedly ending this year, like December 12th or
well,
something?
we've been looking forward for that for a long
I
time.
thought it was December 21st. They keep changing
Yeah, December 21st.
It's 21st?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's a few
But-
dates.
Okay.
Something's supposed to happen by June 5th.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's like next week.
I know.
Oh, no.
So get your things in order. Get your
Right?
affairs in order,
I know.
AD.
Get your laundry done. And
Well, I'm
get
not worried
ready.
about paying back my debt then.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Leave that
exactly.
alone.
We
I'll
should
buy
all
student
leave that
loans.
alone.
Take out all these loans.
Yeah.
I look like a creditor right now.
That's true.
It's me. I'm the one calling.
You know, I remember the Y2K.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
that happened. I was at my mom's friend's house in the basement, and you know, after midnight, we were just like waiting,
Yeah.
and we just kept waiting, and then
Wasn't it awful?
nothing
The
happened.
countdown
I was like,
that
what?
year?
I know.
That was the worst countdown. I was like biting my nails. I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. That was terrible.
Oh my gosh, the things people do. If there was like some kind of YouTube thing where everyone puts up what they were doing live at that moment, I think it would be so funny. It'd just be like waiting, have boxes of whatever packed, you know, people trying to leave to go I don't even know where.
It might be even bigger deal this year.
Yeah.
With the 2012.
Yeah,
20
I would think so too.
Yeah, but or something. Hopefully, I don't know. People are saying there's going to be all kinds of stuff happen this summer.
Chaos.
Yeah, like well, all these earthquakes. People are saying there's more
Really?
earthquakes than ever, right? And Japan's in still dealing with that
Really,
nuclear
eh?
plant, right?
I'm going there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
In
when are you going?
August.
Oh, wait
You
a
better
minute
be
now.
careful.
I know.
Where are you going?
I need to get some insurance.
No, I mean what part of Japan are you going to?
We're
Tokyo?
Tokyo. Yeah.
It's radioactive in Tokyo. You better be careful.
Really?
Yeah.
Better get paid triple the amount now. Like, guys, hey, I have a family
You'll
that
be
loves me.
Yeah.
Be okay.
D, what?
I think she'll be okay. Like, what exactly is happening, Hugh, with the whole nuclear power and everything?
Well, you know, a year ago they had the earthquake, right? And that
Yeah.
that nuclear plant blew up, right?
Oh.
And there's four
boy.
reactors, and all of them are the one that's the big problem that everybody's concerned about now is Unit 4, because Unit 4, I mean, you know, anyway, they have a fuel pool, and it's covered in water. The fuel, the radioactive
Oh my God.
uranium fuel has to be cooled by water, because if it doesn't, if the water for any reason dries up, then it'll be exposed to the air. It'll start to heat up, and it'll
Right.
actually catch on fire and burn completely,
Wow.
Right.
and all that radiation is going to go into the air all over the world.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a problem for everybody in the
Right.
world.
Wow, they don't tell you much about that. I have to come to Hugh to get the
Because
real
they don't want
news.
know,
you.
right?
They don't want you to panic, D.
But Sean is very in tune to these types of things too. He puts out a lot of worldly knowledge on his posts. So
yeah,
this will
where did he
be this
go?
is good. You guys are our teachers.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's something to be concerned about.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do a little bit of research before
Yeah, I
you go over
definitely
to
am now.
Japan, but just look up the Fukushima.
Fukushima.
What are they doing to cool it, Hugh? Like they're actually sitting there just streaming water on it 24/7 around the world, like
Well,
around the year, I mean?
You know, these poor Japanese, the workers who are working on it, they're trying to stabilize it because there have been explosions. The integrity of the structures is compromised, right? So
Yeah.
the Unit 4, and they've built a tent over one of the reactors to keep the radiation in. They're somehow doing what they can, but they can't get close because it's so radioactive that people will die with 15 minutes of
Right.
exposure, right? So they got to send in robots and they got to do all this stuff.
Oh my God.
So the fourth one, they managed to keep the water in it. Yes, they are keeping water, they're pumping water into it and then into a pool, and they filter it, clean it, pump it back into the fuel pool. What they're concerned about is, because the building's been damaged from the earthquake, if there's another earthquake, another 7.5 earthquake or in that range, the building could collapse completely, and that would then they would have no way to keep water on the fuel, right?
That's so scary, right?
It's scary. It's for everybody, and it's the most critical thing that it's the worst industrial accident ever, and it threatens everybody on the planet, basically. And nobody's talking about it. Some people are some people are critical of the Japanese, that they're not moving quickly enough to solve the problem. And I mean, some people are saying the only thing we can do is pray that there is no earthquake. Right? So that's how
But you know,
critical it is.
They can control the weather and make earthquakes and stuff.
Yeah,
How do you know?
Yeah.
No, really.
They can, because I remember the Olympics, like a couple of years ago, it rained, and they stopped the rain from going over, like, where was it?
That's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Where was
crazy.
that?
I saw like I don't even remember. The last Olympics that they had in, where was it?
Summer Olympics?
No,
Was it
yeah, it was
Athens?
the summer.
Was it Athens?
Yeah,
Oh,
Beijing, because
yeah.
I have the video, and it was
They
like
stopped
gonna
the
rain or something. They stopped the storm over like that area, and then it continued.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you know
they
what?
controlled that.
Some people say that the Japanese quake was caused on purpose.
I believe it. I wouldn't be surprised.
D, do you want to see a
Because
video?
I know that they can do that.
I believe it too,
They
and I
can
can't
control the
believe
weather.
Honey touched on the weather, because I always used to hear that. I think you and I, Hugh, even talked about it once on an old show, and that they control the weather is very scary. That's probably why things are not going smooth.
You know what? And I think I wouldn't be surprised in like 100 years if Canada became tropical. Because our
man,
winters,
Oh.
our winters just keep getting better.
Yeah.
Like less.
Well, you know what I heard? Now, I heard that there's going to be a pole shift. You know, people are talking about the poles are going to shift.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I saw a thing on YouTube, so I know it's true because I
Yeah.
saw it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
right.
it's going to shift in such a way that Newfoundland will have the best climate in Canada.
Really,
Because
eh?
it's going to be the most southern part of
Yeah.
Canada.
Wow.
And BC's going to be real cold.
I'm telling you, there's so much things going on. Like it's almost like everyone's playing God, and
Huh.
like we're gonna be able
Good
to
luck with that.
control. Well, not us, but whoever's the minds out there will be able to control anything. That it's
The Mayans?
scary
It is scary.
because like they shouldn't have that kind of power. In my
It's very
opinion.
Well,
scary.
maybe it's almost like everybody is getting that kind of power, right? I mean,
Right.
if you can put a nuclear bomb in a suitcase,
Exactly.
right? You've got the power to destroy a whole city. That's one person has that power. So one crazy person with a
Yeah.
suitcase
That's
nuke,
so
Yeah.
scary.
right? So what do you do?
You just have to, and
don't
it's so
know.
easy to be able to like, not easy, but like I could, if I really wanted to, I could like learn how to do that. I'm telling you,
I know.
YouTube.
There's a YouTube video. Let's watch it right
YouTube
now.
will teach you anything. How to create. Yeah, go to school.
much.
Like, take 4 years in like I don't know, whatever program it would, and then you could learn how to do that. Yeah, I'm not even like, I'm serious.
No, I know you're serious. That's where I get all my stuff from YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you want to watch? Do you want to watch a little video that shows how the Japanese quake was caused by human intervention?
Yeah, let me see that.
Do you want to see that, D?
I almost don't, but yeah, I guess I should.
Okay,
yes.
let's see here. I'm looking it up on YouTube right now. Okay. Okay, I don't know if this will do it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna watch this. Oh, this guy. I don't know about this guy. Okay, let's watch this a little bit.
Last year, I confronted Heizo Takenaka, the former Japanese finance minister, over why he handed over control of the Japanese financial system to a group of American and European oligarchs. He and his envoy told me that it was because Japan had been threatened by an earthquake machine. I did not believe it at the time. However, when I started exposing some of their doings, I was told by the Japanese security police that because of what I had said on places like rents.com, that Niigata City was going to be hit by an earthquake. 2 days later, Japan's largest nuclear reactor was the exact epicenter of 2 earthquakes, both 6.8 in magnitude. That was too much of a coincidence for me. So I started doing research and found out about HAARP, H-A-A-R-P. And I realized that they really did know how to make earthquakes. And they do it by shooting a billion-watt microwave into the ionosphere, which is the part of the atmosphere that has a lot of energy in it. That pushes the ionosphere up into outer space, and then it rebounds. And the way it rebounds can cause earthquakes. Just like an opera singer can break a glass by singing at a certain level, or by dragging your fingernails on a blackboard, you feel a weird sensation. If they adjust the vibration for the rock underneath their target site, they can do that. The same machine can also heat up subterranean water to cause earthquakes. And remember, a billion-watt microwave. What does microwave do to water? It heats it up. Now imagine if you put 1 billion watts into a tropical storm. You could make it much bigger, and you could change the direction it flows in. You know how there's high pressure zones and low pressure zones. Well, high is hot and low is cold, and the hot flows into the cold, and vice versa when there's more of the cold. So they can heat up an area and cause it to flow into a next door area. In other words, these people are capable of creating the cyclone that hit Myanmar, the tsunami that hit Indonesia, and the earthquake that hit China. Now, after the earthquakes hit Niigata, a member of the Inagawa crime family, which is based in around the U.S. Yokosuka Air Base, and members of the Inagawa family have told me that their big boss is George Bush Sr. In other words, they work for Skull and Bones. And they invited me to a so-called UFO gathering where they showed me the video of this blob. They told me it was a UFO, but it was obviously, to me anyway, a plasma weapon, or a ball of heat created by something like a 1 billion-watt microwave. And I predicted in my blog that there would be videos of lights found above China before the earthquake. And those videos then appeared on the internet after I predicted they would. And furthermore, a Taiwanese satellite detected a 50% drop in the ionosphere, in the amount of electric energy in the ionosphere above the earthquake zone. Now, a 50% drop would be exactly what would happen with HAARP. It would push the ionosphere up, and then it would slam back down. So, it looks like the insane criminals who have taken over the U.S. government are killing people and threatening people with earthquake weapons. It doesn't look like it. I actually have some of the proof. And I want to ask the governments of China and Russia and Japan to reveal to the world everything they know about these weapons and the use by the American forces. I would also like to ask the loyal Americans and the patriotic Americans in the Air Force to please bomb the power generator of the HAARP stations in Greenland and Alaska so they can stop this mass murder. They've already killed 500,000 people. If we find out that the tsunami in Indonesia was caused by them, and there's a good chance because the earthquakes seem to be politically timed. They asked the Indonesian government to open the Straits of Malacca and to join in the fight against terrorism, and they refused. What happened? There was a tsunami, and suddenly they cooperated. in Myanmar, they are about to have a election. And immediately before the election it came. And guess what?
I don't know.
Are we on?
Looking at
Oh, we're
the
on.
US,
Okay.
British,
Fade
French,
him
and
down.
Yankees are standing
Yeah,
by
fade
with
him
food
his audio.
supplies.
Okay. He wanted to
It
just
should
wrap
take
up.
a
You want
couple
me to meet
weeks to
downstairs?
get there. We're
Okay.
doing all right.
Okay.
Pleasure meeting you guys.
Sean, thanks, man.
And China
Thanks, Sean.
just succeeded
You
in
too.
getting India.
He said we'll
join
see you
Russia,
on Saturday.
Brazil,
Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the confirmation about
And
your tickets,
other
and we'll see you there.
countries to join
Okay,
Shanghai
cool.
Cooperation and
Great.
Europe
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
And Japan
Okay,
just had very,
Well, I'm
very
sitting out back
friendly summit
on his
meetings
behalf.
with
Oh,
China, where the
I gotta
emperor
fade it
met
down. Hang on a
the
sec.
Chinese.
Okay, hey D. Okay, we're back.
Yes.
So anyway, there you go. So earthquakes,
That's
obviously.
so crazy.
That
I just
is
the whole
crazy.
thing just makes me mad. I feel like we don't have control. We just have to live in this little bully backyard sandbox and just deal with it. And that
Right.
can't be the way.
No.
Come on now. We're all equal. When you really, really think about it, we truly are.
Yeah.
So we need to do something. That's insane.
500,000 people killed. That's
Wow,
crazy.
that's what he
Just
said.
because some idiot wants to play with a microwave and
Well-
change weather, I think he should just be like grounded.
Okay, well,
Time out.
we don't
Time
know
out
that
for
this
you
is true.
In that case.
Like, we don't know that it's true. So there's Benjamin Fulford saying this is what's going on. We don't know for a fact that that is true, right?
Man.
Honey, what do you think?
I just think there's a bunch of craziness going on, and I guess some of it I don't even know about, but I just
Yeah.
think it's crazy.
Yeah,
And, I think the world needs to know about what's going on.
yeah. Well, here we are. We're having a good day today, right?
Yeah, we're having a good
Having
day.
a great conversation, doing our stuff. D, you're having fun up there on Georgian Bay.
I am. Exactly.
And Honey, you're doing the rest of your day. I don't know where you're going now, but
I might be performing at this show. I have to
See,
have
there
to
you
call
go.
back these people.
right. So hopefully it's not going to be an earthquake. And you'll be able to
Yeah.
do your show.
I don't think so. Hope for the
Not
best.
today.
All right.
Not today.
Okay. Well, listen. Again, great to have you here, and let's wrap it up because Honey's got to get going.
Thank you, honey.
Okay, thank you.
But
Enjoy the day. We'll see you on the weekend.
Okay.
okay. All right. So D, just stay there. We'll play maybe the rest of this Benjamin Fulford while we say bye to Honey. And I don't know if you want to hang out there, D, but we'll come back.
I
Okay.
can hang out for a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
All right.
3 times.
Okay, Honey.
President Bush has not met the Japanese emperor in 8 years. Okay? So in other words, the United States is becoming isolated. And instead of being the policeman of the world, they have become the criminal of the world, the gangster of the world, the bully of the world. They have been taken over by madmen. And they have to be stopped. But we must not give them any excuse to convince the Western public to support a World War III. That's what they want, and they're not going to get it.
The blueprint for HARP, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. What does HARP do? HARP is a large antenna where we beam radio frequency energy up into the upper atmosphere, and we create on a small scale what the sun normally does.
The assignment came that the Navy and the Air Force were to manage the program.
Applications discussed in the patents included destroying missiles. Communications control and disruption were included. There were some other ideas both to possibly modify weather and finally to lift a portion of the upper atmosphere further out into space where hopefully...
Hey, D. Okay, so anyway, so we obviously, yeah, they caused the earthquake.
There you go. Earthquakes all around now.
Anyway,
you know what?
what?
It's crazy. We just got to do music and just enjoy life.
Yeah, absolutely. So, D, this was awesome. Thanks
Yeah,
for
it
doing this.
was.
And what did you want to do? I think we should go, but what was your idea again? To like hang out and do some what? Play some music, or what were you thinking?
Oh, we already did it. We talked about the crop circles,
Oh, yeah, we did that.
and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Okay, good.
But yeah, we'll do it again. Next week is Bass Vibes. They're really, really cool. So we'll do it again.
Do we know what day for those guys?
They're going to email me back with the dates you gave, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and they're going to confirm today before the end of the day.
Okay.
All right?
Awesome. Just let me know, and
I will.
And we'll see you then, if not sooner.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, and stay tuned to That Channel. We'll see you tomorrow at noon right here, thatchannel.com.
Take care.